Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of GSB TV. I'm Tyler Schmidt, this is Amanda Adams, and today we're going to talk to you about niche marketing. We're going to talk to you about why you niche market, how to niche market, and then give you some examples of other companies that have successfully niche marketed to their target market. So first, we need to discuss why niche marketing, and why do we niche market? When we're in the small business space and we're dealing with other small business owners, we're not trying to compete with the Walmarts of the world or the Publixes of the world. We're trying to compete in our own specific space, our targeted audience and our customer base that may be a lot smaller, maybe specific to a region, an age demographic. And so generally, there's a much higher conversion rate when we are targeted marketing at a small niche group of people. And so can you elaborate a little bit on how to niche market?
Yeah, one of the things I like about niche marketing is you can choose a subject that you're personally passionate about and then kind of tailor the content that way. Think about using keywords in your marketing that are really going to appeal to your audience. So some of the ways you can do that are through social media and asking your followers to share and repost those things. And another thing I love about niche marketing is word of mouth works so well, kind of old school style. If you're somebody who, makes or does monogrammed shirts online, someone posts a picture of that on Facebook, and next thing you know, their friends want the same thing. So just think in terms of your specific audience and kind of use those hot buttons and keywords there. Another thing that we can talk about is some examples of how it's worked for other businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. And one perfect example that comes to mind is a company called Lefties based out of San Francisco. And you think about Lefties, they're targeted marketing at specifically left-handed people. Only 10% of the people in this world are left-handed. So you think that's a small business, right?
Right.
Well, that's 10% of the people in this world that find value and find interest in targeting those, their specific people. And so we're talking about left-handed scissors, left-handed gardening tools, left-handed kitchen tools. It's a very big market that sounds small, but the people feel warm and welcome and drawn to that company when they're left-handed.
And they use PPC advertising, pay-per-click. So if someone goes online and they Google left-handed scissors, well, Lefties has that first ad on Google as a place where they can go to as a resource to find those. So think in lines of that. If people are going online and searching your specific product, think about advertising that way. It never hurts to do that. Another company that's done a great job is Drybar. They're huge here in Atlanta. I know they have them in California, out on the West Coast as well. And they serve a specific market of just getting a hairstyle or your hair blown out. Typically when you go to the salon, if you're a female, you may not relate to this, Tippy, but when you get highlights and your haircut, it's going to cost somewhere around $200. It's a 3-hour commitment. Drybar is, hey, let's go get a glass of champagne, pay $30 and walk out with a great hairstyle that we didn't have to do. And it's not just getting your hair done, it's the social aspect of it as well. So girls go with their friends. They've done a great job with creating VIP programs. That's something I really recommend for niche marketing as well, to create customer loyalty. You got to get email addresses and offer people discounts, and look what Under Armour did.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I'm not much of a salon guy, but
hard to believe.
I do relate more so to small businesses. And one last company that I want to give an example of is Square. And Square has grown into a large company. I know it's on a little bit broader scale, but what they did is they created a powerful point of sale transaction tool to help small businesses, accept credit card payments and debit card payments. That's easier when you're going from place to place as opposed to just being in one individual store place.
Right, and I have an example of that. I was actually just walking my dog a couple of weeks ago and ran into a farmer's market on Peachtree Road, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any cash on me, but I want to go check out the farmer's market. Well, sure enough, every vendor at that farmer's market had an iPad with a Square, or just on their phone with a Square, and I was able to buy some vegetables and get on my way. So what a great idea for small business owners who can't really afford the credit card authorization machines to be able to have that mobility and flexibility to still make money that way and offer that to people with cards.
Absolutely. So thank you all so much for joining us on this week's episode of GSB TV. We'll be sure to be back next week with more ideas for you.